Welcome to Tables.
Lists.
Line.
Welcome to Tables.
Lists.
And chairs.
And chairs. Welcome to TLC. If it's your first time here watching TLC, here's how the show works. Each of us will come up with a top 10 list of a certain wrestling category, and we're going to go through our picks one at a time, go from 10 to 1, and each of our picks has been assigned a point value. Number 10 is worth 1 point, number 9 is worth 2 points, etc. till we get to number 1, and then we get the definitive right answer for whatever the wrestling category is. For this week's episode, I'm joined by Tempest.
Hello.
I'm joined by Sullivan.
Hello.
And we are doing the worst wrestling finishers ever.
Oh, this one's been hard to do,
Yeah.
isn't it?
There's a lot of bad moves out there, it turns out.
Oh, so many bad
Yeah.
moves.
This one was hard to fill out. I don't think I've ever had an easier choice for number one.
I was looking, and there was a few that I was like, this could be one, maybe. And then I thought of one, I went, nope, that's one.
Yep.
That's the one right there.
Yep.
So I'm curious.
I had some tough competition for one.
Yeah?
There's a lot that I hate.
That's fair. Because that is it as well. For this one, there's going to be a lot like personal hate of a move. It's not necessarily that it's objectively bad, although some of them will be. But some of you be like, I just don't like it. And that's going to be the whole entry. 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah, we're starting off hot, baby. Oh, we're starting off hot. I don't care that you like The Rock, Sullivan.
No, you're wrong.
I don't care.
This is my electrifying move sponsored Timber.
I don't care that you hurt your elbow.
No.
I would say to The Rock. That's the meme. You know the meme? I don't care that you hurt your elbow?
Yes.
It's a meme from several years ago. It
I was
funny
on
because-
Vine.
Yeah, because elbow. Look, this is a fine move. This is a fine, taunting, maybe even a signature move in a setup for the rock bottom. It's not a fucking finisher. It's a stupid ass finisher, and I hate it when you finish matches with this move. Don't do that. You have a better one. It's called the rock bottom. Use that one. It sucks. I don't hate it that much. I was just exaggerating. I'm sorry. But it's not good, okay? It's not good. You have a better
Listen,
one.
it's not on my list, but I will back you up slightly that the idea that CM Punk's 434-day reign as WWE champion ended to that move, and not even the rock bottom followed by that move, I do think is pretty offensive.
Right?
Yeah, I agree with that, for sure, definitely. But come on, he's pretty electrifying.
It's just a little electrifying.
It's a little bit electrifying.
Just a little spark.
Oh, come on, a little electrifying. Yeah, I find it a little bit electrifying. Come on. A little bit electrifying. Come on. Come on. It's like putting your finger in a plug socket. Well, for this one, I you know what? I think it's partly the name. I don't really like the name. I think it looks a bit complicated. I don't really like The Miz. I don't like The Miz. It's The Miz. I'm sorry, guys.
You're not going to find a defense here on this table.
Yeah, I just don't think it's very good. And it's not really much to say about it. It's just a bit shit.
Yeah.
That's why it's 10. It's not going to be number 1, but I just don't like it.
Yeah.
A punch, I think, can be a good finish. If the Big Show punches you in the face as hard as he can, I think you would die. Lacey Evans, just punching you.
Yeah.
Because it's a pun, you see.
Yes.
Women have rights. Because she's like a pinup girl and also a Marine and also 9 other things.
Yeah.
And also a twat.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, I see.
Oh, really? It's Bailey's move.
Yes.
You had to specify.
I needed to clarify that it's Bailey's Bailey to belly. Not anybody else's Bailey to belly. Okay? I love a good belly to belly. When Big E does it, I'm like, hell yeah, that's cool. When Bailey does it, I'm like, you know, she's got it because she hugs them first. That's the whole reason that that's the move. I popped big for it at Brooklyn because it was that emotional climactic moment, and that's great.
I do think that's maybe the only time it's looked really good.
Right? Because that looked great. That one looked awesome.
It's a suplex.
It's, and it's fine.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that's not good enough for a finisher. Your other finisher sucks as well, baby.
Well, why don't you think a bum is a good way to attack someone?
I have a real gripe with this era of WWE's women's wrestling. You know, this is the Total Divas era where all of a sudden you had one woman whose finisher was named after her breasts, which is Nikki Bella, and the Rack Attack. Get it?
Oh, Siri.
Didn't catch that.
I said it was the rack attack, Siri.
No, it's still listening.
Sullivan's phone heard the word breast.
It's what's activated.
Please, I must look this up.
He's renamed Siri to breasts.
Breast.
Breasts.
Okay, breast. Set a timer for 12 minutes.
And this one was named after a bum.
No, that would get the other Siri.
Look, man, I don't know. Big Show punches you, it can knock you out. Naomi hits you. It's pretty
Listen,
impactful.
As we've seen from Tony Storm,
Uh-huh.
if you run into somebody with your ass, it can do a lot of damage.
Sure can.
If you run into someone's ass, I don't think the same thing applies.
Imagine going home and going like, how'd you lose the match tonight? Well, I ran into Naomi's ass.
All right, a real answer now. Go on.
Attitude adjustment.
Yeah, it's boring. It's boring. It represents so much as well. Like it's just it's a boring move. And I didn't really. I was gonna potentially put like the STF on there as well, but then I was like, is that really even a finisher? Really? Like, has he even tapped anyone out?
He's won matches.
He's won several WrestleMania main events with it. in fact.
That's horrendous.
Yeah.
That's awful.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's put that in there for this one as well.
Both of them. John
Both of them.
Cena.
Just John Cena. His finishes are f***ing awful.
He's never won with that 5-knuckle shuffle, but it too.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Now, that is rubbish.
And it's a bad name. It just means a wank. Or, a hand job from someone else. Whatever. It's the same thing. Right?
So is he giving them a hand?
Yeah.
Oh, make me finish a match.
5-Dog Shove is a finisher, I suppose.
But in a different
Stop
way.
it!
3, 2, 1. Ooh.
So speaking of,
Yeah, here it is.
Yeah.
you could drive a bus through John Cena's STF.
It
You really
is
could.
insane. When you can see the person lying there and then they adjust their head so they can breathe better. It's like, then he's not doing the submission, is he? You can see that.
At a certain point, I took this to be a choice on John Cena's part to do the move wrong.
Yeah.
You know
It
how
must have been.
You know how these days I feel like it's a choice by Adam Sandler to do movies? Because then he made Uncut Gems, which was really good, and then went, all right, I didn't get nominated for anything, back to the garbage. I feel like it's the same thing with John Cena. I feel like he could do the move well if he wanted to, but has made a conscious effort not to.
I mean, all he has to do is slightly move his arms.
Yeah. Move him in more.
Just move him in.
Squeeze a bit.
You've done all the hard work, John.
Yeah.
You've set it all up. It doesn't make any sense.
It's stupid.
Several WrestleMania main events won with this. He beat Triple H and Shawn Michaels and Batista to win or retain championships with this garbage. And then they knocked a letter off of it because it was naughty.
Yeah. So what does it mean now? Shut the f***.
Yeah, they didn't take the rude word out of it.
It just means shut the f***.
They kept the naughty word in. And they just took out the word up.
Shut the f***.
God. The overdrive sucks.
Yeah.
You put your knee harder into the floor than them. Mm-hmm. It's a move to your own knee. That's what the overdrive is. It sucks, and I'm glad that Randy Orton changed it to the RKO, because then that one was really good.
Doesn't make any sense. It's not.
It's bad.
It doesn't hurt the person.
No, exactly. It
doesn't even get close.
It's silly, and I hate it.
Speaking of not really hurting the person, the
Yes.
lie detector from R-Truth. I didn't think I'd ever seen this move before, like researching this,
Yeah.
and then I saw it, and it's like he just sort of like does a passing glance through the air, Woo. like somebody like waving a like a Victorian gentleman waving a handkerchief at a lady as he goes to the theatre. It's just I don't really know what this is. It's not really anything. He barely even touches them. Just imagine just getting flying sort of whacked in the face. Oh God, Ronald, please.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, you know what? I was going to put that on my list and I made a last minute change.
Bums Part 2. Stink face.
Electric Poogaloo.
Oh,
very good, very good.
Oh, I hate the stink face. I don't care. Rhea gets a pass. All right, fine. Viral clips, fun, whatever. Rikishi's stink face. It's really awkward.
Yeah.
And it's one of those moments where you watch it and you go, oh, what am I watching? Oh, I really hope no one walks in while they're doing this.
Yeah.
This sucks, because if you show this out of context to anybody, I'm like, the f*** is wrestling? What are you watching? He just wiggles his bum in their face. And you know what? It would be unpleasant. It's not a finisher though, is it? I hate it so much.
I remember when I was getting back into wrestling, watching it at drama school, and I renamed that move to "Feel My Bum."
You know, that is what it is. You are right.
What did I put down? Oh yeah, the bear hug. It's just a big cuddle, isn't it?
It is a big cuddle.
A lovely big cuddle.
That is right.
I just see it as a cuddle, and I can't unsee it as a cuddle.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sweet. But is sweetness going to knock out your opponent? Only if you've got a cuddle like mine. But
The only time a bear hug is an acceptable finish is if Daniel Bryan's on commentary.
Yes.
The bear hug!
I'll never forget Jonathan Coachman in a match between Ronda Rousey and Nia Jax at Money in the Bank 2018. Nia had her in a bear hug, and Jonathan Coachman was like, this is actually good. Ronda can now catch her breath for a little bit and rest. And they were like, are you a idiot? Way to expose the business.
that's insane.
So, research was done for this list.
Yeah.
Right? Because I had a long list of ones that I thought were pretty bad. But I was like, let me just do a quick Google search of some of the worst finishers ever, just to see if there's any that really should be on there. And then I saw this. I didn't see much of Solomon Crowe in NXT. That was kind of right as I was getting into it. But my God, he has them in the middle of, not the middle of the ring, but the middle of the ropes, like one of the sides, and is stood on the inside of the ring, puts his arms over the top rope, jumps, leans back, and then allows that momentum to carry him back down into a splash.
No.
I must ask everybody to look it up in their spare time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because this is so bullshit.
Oh, that's so rubbish. Oh, that's so rubbish.
Oh, that is bad.
Oh, just have a bit of a relax and then whack. You didn't expect that, did you?
Number 7, but it should be higher.
Oh, it's bad, isn't it?
The first is
Wow.
is like a move that you make on a date when you're trying to put your arm around a girl. And then you splash.
3, 2, 1.
Oh.
It is
Yeah.
good.
Yep.
These are some good choices.
Yep. Brain chop, eh? Whack. Whack, whack. What do you think your finish will be, Great Khali? Oh, I'll whack. I'm gonna whack. I can't say that Great Khali did really anything good in the ring, but this was particularly bad.
Every time I see it, I expect a Looney Tunes bonk sound effect to happen.
Boing.
When it gets up and just has stars rotating around their head. You know. What is this move? Because I don't get it. It's so convoluted because he starts in pump handle position, gets him up onto his shoulder, then has to awkwardly unhook the arm that's round him to grab them and then spin them out and release as like a half F5 thing. What's the point of the pump handle bit at the start? It makes it so stupid. It winds me up when you have finishers that are really stupid to get into. You get them up and then you put them down, or a half pump handle where you get them up and then you just slam them down immediately. This one, pump handle onto the shoulder, move the arm across, spin out, and then you land on your face. Like, just do the spinning out, land on the face bit. There's no need for the pump handle, so it looks ass. I hate it.
Speaking of looking like ass.
Yeah.
Listen, I got nothing good to say about this one. Stupid name. Stupid guy.
I'm sure he's nice. I'm sure he's a nice person.
He seems all right.
Yeah.
Nah. What is there to say? It's a stupid move. How do you go from a full Nelson in which you are entirely behind somebody to then wrap your leg around the front of them to drive them down? Stupid.
Yeah.
That don't make no sense.
Yep.
Don't like that. The Miz's run of finishers was one called The Mizzard of Oz,
Yep.
and we should have known then. And then the reality check, which was just a neck breaker, and then this. Give it up, man.
He's bad at coming up with names as well.
The Miz.
I mean, it's a really good point. What the is The Miz? We just all accepted that, I guess. We all just went, yeah, fine.
3, 2, 1. Oh, the Overdrive.
Yes.
Poor old Jeremy Booger. This to me is the stink face, but so much worse.
Yeah?
At least Rikishi's bum is large.
Yeah?
This guy just sits on your face
Yeah?
with his dick.
Yeah? Yeah, that's strange.
Now that does sound like the most unpleasant wrestling experience you could possibly have. How's it a finish? He doesn't even like really put his weight down on you.
He's just kneeling above you, really.
He's teabagging you.
That's it. He's just teabagging him.
The end of a game of Halo.
Yeah.
Only on the face. Like, why does he go for the face?
Well, it stops him breathing, clearly.
I would stop breathing.
I don't like the natural selection because I feel like the idea of it is cool, but it takes place too low to the ground. Like, they have to be kneeling for it to work, and then you just go from your knees to go. And like that's the whole impact of the move. And there's just not enough. Like, if they did it from standing, like she was on like the middle rope and did it like from standing to the floor, I think that'd be really cool. But going from your knees to just go like it's fine. It lacks the impact necessary for a finisher. And she has better finishes anyway. Her moonsault's more impressive, figure eight's more impressive. This one is just the worst of the bunch.
Yeah, I totally agree. And with this one, yes, I don't think there's ever been a bigger improvement in finishers from the Overdrive to the RKO. I don't think you could ever get a bigger improvement because this is dog shit. This is rubbish. Doesn't do anything. And it's so convoluted.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, yes.
There it is, yeah. Pretty good.
I don't get it.
Yeah, what's he doing?
It feels like a creator wrestler finisher in like a WWE game from like 10 years ago or more, like a SmackDown versus Raw game where you could just stitch different things together.
Yeah.
You could only hit moves in like 10 different ways, but if you wanted to get into this move with a pump handle as opposed to just picking them up, that was a created finisher, and that's what Karrion Kross made.
But he looks like me.
And that saves it, really.
Yeah.
This is a punch. To you, Salon?
When I see this move, I imagine the Ultimate Warrior goes, rah, 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 rah.
You know, based on everything we know about Ultimate Warrior, wouldn't surprise me.
Wouldn't surprise me at all. Wouldn't
surprise me.
He's just sort of like, he looks always out of breath, Ultimate Warrior, anyway, but he's just sort of running quite slowly and then just goes, It's so funny to watch. I can't not laugh at this. I know a lot of people have nostalgia for this move, but it's so shit.
You know what Luke said about the Claymore, where if he misses it, you could add a whee sound effect to it? It's that, but for this.
Yeah.
I imagine him just going like, ah! As he jumps, whee! It's that hang time that he gets. It's great. 3, 2, 1. Yes! Yes! Very good.
What was he trying to do?
I'll be honest, I don't know.
I just don't even know. I can't believe it won him any match.
Might just be that one, because I think that's the only clip that exists of this move on YouTube.
Right?
But is it ever given a name? Did they ever give it a name? Did it just go, oh, wow, he did something there, didn't he?
Yeah. What a maneuver!
Yeah, that's the definition of what a maneuver, because what is it?
What
I don't know.
It's just, you got to look it up at home.
Oh, yeah, look it up if you haven't seen it, because it is.
Byron Saxton finisher. It's the first thing, if you type in Byron Saxton, the first thing says finisher.
Yep.
Everybody knows.
Everybody knows.
He was on TV for years after that. He never did anything as notable as this finisher.
It's impeccable.
Oh, it's beautiful.
I think this has been mischaracterized as she hits people with her bum. She doesn't. They hit themselves with her bum.
Yeah.
That is dog shit. She just jumps and they go, oh no! Oh, I've been hit by a bum! And that's it. That's the whole move.
So this started when John Cena looked at Brock Lesnar and was like, hey, Brock, I'll do your move, but worse.
Yeah?
Yep.
You know what? As a taunt, fine.
Yeah.
You want to do it once to do a little screw you to Brock Lesnar? Mm-hmm. Fine. But now it's been, 20 years since then?
Yeah.
Got him, John!
And I'm surprised because it used to be called the FU, right?
Yeah.
And I'm surprised they didn't just call it the F. It's not just called the f***. He's hit the f***.
That's what I say when I see it. The
The f***.
It's so and he won every goddamn match with it for like 20 years.
Yep.
Like, it's appalling.
3, 2, 1.
Shut the f***.
We're gonna have to blur that out, Pete.
Sorry, editor. It's really shit, isn't it? There's so much room in the arms where the person's head is like bobbing from side to side, from arm to arm. It's a bad looking finisher and he should be ashamed of himself.
I've gone for this because, like, if it had lots of momentum behind it, I know that it's iconic and he beat Andre with that move, blah, blah, blah. One of the greatest wrestling calls of all time. Yes, I agree. But he needs to do more than a walk. Like, he can't just sort of stroll up. Like, again, and maybe it's my own brain doing this to this move. It's not the move's fault necessarily, but it also is. But I imagine him as like a Yorkshire dad going like, oh, f***ing hell. Just before he's gonna do the leg drop. Oh, bloody hell. Oh, whack. But if he like ran and sprinted and then just like, barreled into them, I'd be like, okay, I can see that much more. But he just sort of goes, oh, God.
Just sat down after a hard day.
Yeah, it's like a tired dad. I don't like it.
This is the most emblematic of what I hated about wrestling when I hated it the most. Is stupid cartoon wrestling for babies. You had the Sock was in love with Oksana in a championship match involving Cesaro. Yep. You had Jinder Mahal and Great Khali snake charming the puppet, which is both racist and stupid.
Yep.
It's a sock puppet, and he pokes you in the face. Not a fan.
3, 2, 1.
Hey!
There we go.
I'm glad we got one handshake in
Yeah.
this whole thing. That is awful. You know this is the actual name for this?
I did know that.
Trip to the Batcave.
The trip to the Batcave. It's the most disgusting move in human history, but I think we covered it earlier. I think we need to talk more about Byron Saxton.
One of the worst things I've ever seen in wrestling.
I thought you were going to say in your life.
In human
You're not giving it enough credit, Pete.
Yeah, in human history, this is objectively one of the worst. You know when you were saying like, oh, you go to full Nelson, and how do you end up in front of them? This guy gets like a $1 million dream type hold.
The Cobra Clutch, yeah.
Cobra Clutch type hold, and then releases it, and then spins, and then they also spin, and then they both land on their back, and I don't know how they get there. It's baffling. It is insane and looks horrendous. Yeah. It is so bad.
DiBiase's $1 million dream plus the side effect.
Yep.
But worse.
Yeah. Much
and
worse.
put together.
Yeah.
What the was he thinking?
I don't know.
Did he work this out himself? What was Dolph Ziggler thinking when he was stood on the apron watching it?
You can hear him say, I don't even know what that was.
Me neither, Dolph. Me neither.
Also, do you think they gave Bastian Booger this one, or do you think he came up with it himself? I want to go dick first. I always go dick first.
Why does he sound like that?
What does it have to do with Batman?
Is his dick the Batcave?
So I've been handed the there is a trip to the Batcave. I've been handed the results of the worst finisher of all time.
Ooh.
So here we go.
Take us home, Pete.
Very good, Adam Whitney, who says Byron's finisher is called the RK over to commentary.
Very good. Very
very
good.
good.
Very nice.
Big fan of
Yeah,
that.
very good. In joint third place with 12 points. 12 points only. The STF, the shut the f***, and Karrion Kross's whatever.
Yep.
Yep, I think that's, yeah.
Pretty good. In second place with 16 points, Trip to the Batcave.
I want to get my Batman tattooed covered after this.
And in number one, in first place, 28 points.
Wow.
That Byron Saxton nonsense. Yeah, God, the worst finisher of all time. Congratulations, Byron Saxton.
Well done.
If you enjoyed this episode of TLC, consider giving us a like and a subscribe. And if you want to hear us talk more about the worst things in wrestling, check out this episode where we talk about the worst WrestleManias of all time.
Will they come at the same time?
That's it.
Exactly.
It's the order in which they come.
Yeah.
I believe will be the true reveal of this episode.